Good morning, folks. Well, for me, it's morning. It's actually not even 6 o'clock yet in the morning. And here I am, finishing off, well, attempting to finish off Elec and Mag. Now, while explaining Elec DC motors, I realized that I skipped this. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm literally doing this without looking at the syllabus. Yeah, I am. I know. Terrible of me. Shame. Now, electromagnetism basically is the relationship between electricity and magnetism, not the other way around, not magnetism and electricity. You could say that current flowing through a conductor creates a magnetic field around the conductor. Now, this field, or the field direction, is given by the right hand grip rule. So let us assume we have a conductor like this, vertically. The idea is that you hold the conductor, or how the right hand grip rule works is that you hold the conductor so your thumb points in the direction of the flow of current, and your four fingers go around the conductor like this. Well, I only drew two circles, so let me just draw one, because drawing more doesn't make it any clearer. Yeah, your fingers go around the conductor like that, with your thumb pointing in this direction, and your finger is wrapped around the conductor like this. Your fingers indicate the direction of current flow. Sorry, your fingers indicate the direction of the magnetic field. Your thumb indicates the direction of current flow. Now, if I switched the direction of current flow, I would also reverse the direction of the field. And you would have to flip your hand upside down, not like you're giving thumbs up, but like you're giving thumbs down. And the magnetic field around the conductor would be in this direction. Now, there is something that we do. I explained it in the DC motor video, but let me just make sure it is clear. If you're viewing the conductor from above, right, you can perceive, or you can rather, I shouldn't say perceive, you can think of the conductor as a hollow tube or a pipe through which current flows. Now, there has to be a way, if you're looking into a tube, for you to indicate or determine, for you to indicate the direction of current flow. And that is where we use the dot and the cross. This indicates coming out of the screen or the page, and it's coming towards you. That should be an OW, towards you. This is current flowing in and away from you. So the dot is coming to, the cross is moving away. Moving swiftly along, we go to the electromagnet. I'm sure some of you did an SBA or a lab where you wrapped wire around a piece of metal and you passed a current through that piece of metal. You basically made an electromagnet. Now, an electromagnet, as the name suggests, is a magnet, but it is a magnet created by the flow of current through a coil. Now, this is the rough shape. Again, rough. The shape of the field doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be generally correct. So this is the field of the magnetic field around or through an electromagnet. Okay, this is the field. Now, electromagnets can be made stronger by adding a piece of metal to the coils. You basically either put a piece of metal into the coils or you wrap the wire around the piece of metal. And this is called a core. And the wrapped wires, we call that a SOLENOID, a solenoid. Now please note, it uses DC only. The reason it uses DC only is simple. You don't want a magnetic field that comes and goes. For example, a magnetic lock on a door. How that works is current flows through a coil, a magnetic field is created, and it seals the metal frame of the door to the metal door. You don't want your electromagnet, which is responsible for keeping your door closed, to be on, off, because that's not what you want. It wouldn't lock the door permanently. It would be a transient thing, lock, unlock, which isn't ideal for safety. But anyways, the magnetic field can be made stronger by doing a few things. Yes, they love to ask this. So how to make it stronger? Well, you could have more coils. You will see a pattern. You could have more current, or you could have a larger core, more core. That's it for the electromagnet. Actually, just let me check one thing on the syllabus. I need to see this one thing just to make sure, because I was so focused on motors, I completely skipped electromagnets, which is shameful, but at least I recognized it. Okay, that's odd. Saturday, blah blah blah. Seriously? You know what? I'm searching for it on my phone and I can't find it because I do not. Dum 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 dum. All right, here it is. It's on my phone, but I couldn't find it. I just did. Yay me. Okay. Far from the waves. Electromagnetism. Yep. Right. So that's it. Do All right. Yeah, I am back now. Sorry about that. I had to check the syllabus to see where I was and where I needed to go. Anyways, forgive me for the pause. Now, the direction of the magnetic field for a electromagnet, or an electromagnet, my English teacher would skin me alive, is given by the use of something called conventional current. Now, conventional current flows from positive to negative. Conventional current is not real current, as in that's not how current flows in the real world. In the real world, current flows from negative to positive, but for the sake of I really don't know why they did it. I wasn't around when they decided to do it. They just decided to make a current that flowed in the opposite direction. Now, the right hand rule, grip rule, does apply to the electromagnet as well. If you wrap your fingers around the coil in the direction of conventional current flow, as in, if this is your coil, right? It's so hard to draw a coil properly and give an idea of, like, the fact, make it look 3D, at least with my art skill. Let's assume that the current is going in here, coming down here, coming down here, coming down here, and coming down here, and then coming down here. If you wrap your fingers around the conductor in the direction of current flow, if your fingers basically follow that direction, then your thumb will point in the direction of the north pole of the electromagnet. That is the right hand grip rule applied to an electromagnet. Now there's also another rule called the right hand screw rule. It's basically the same thing. Now this one is weird, a bit weirder than the right hand grip rule. Essentially, you could think of, best example, go back to our current in wire. If you think of turning a screw so that it moves in this direction, right? Now you turn the screw, and in order to move the screw in this direction, you have to turn it to the right. Or let's go back to the whole pipe. I should just, put that. This is the direction of the magnetic field. The direction in which you turn the screw is the direction of the magnetic field. Go back to the whole pipe analogy or tube analogy. Current is moving away from us. So if we are looking at the current from above, I shouldn't say away, I should say towards us. Yeah, let's look at this from the bottom. That would be easier. Good. Current is moving away from us. So it's the X. If we turn a screw counterclockwise, well, I shouldn't say counterclockwise, clockwise, right, to the right, as it moves away from us, the direction in which we turn the screw is the direction of the magnetic field. It's kind of common sense. Like, you turn screws to the right to tighten them, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Something that you probably would not have heard if you never actually had to, like, disassemble electronics or take things apart quite often. But being someone who has had his fair share of disassemblies and reassemblies, it's automatic. You just know it. And this is basically the right hand screw rule. It is less simple than the right hand grip rule, because with the grip rule you just have to hold the conductor, and it's basically the same thing, but I just had to let you know it because the syllabus does mention this and the right hand grip rule, which really doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to have both of them. To me, both of them are, they basically say this, it's the same thing, just somebody decided to say it another way. But it is just like the right hand grip rule. Only thing is, this time you're imagining using a screw, which makes not much, it doesn't, it's the same thing. It doesn't make much sense or difference to me. But when you apply these rules to the electromagnet, it is, again, two things: direction of current flow and direction in which you wrap your fingers. With the right hand grip rule, if you wrap your fingers around the coil so that your fingers follow the direction of conventional current. Conventional current is from positive to negative. Conventional current, not real life, negative to positive. No, no, no. Conventional, make believe, imaginary, Barney current, from positive to negative. Then you are going to, your thumb is going to point in the direction of the North Pole. Have I forgotten anything? No. This part of the syllabus has a lot of little bits that are easy to miss because you're focused on the big stuff. Anyways, oh, there is one other magnetic field that they would like you to know. So the fields we have so far, let me do a quick recap. We have a long straight, we have a straight conductor, and the magnetic field is this. Yeah, that's the magnetic field. We have a solenoid. Oh shucks. We have a solenoid, la la la, and the field is this. Just like a real bar magnet. Then the next one we have is a coil, a flat circular coil, literally like a mosquito coil. Now this magnetic field is a bit different. This magnetic field it's not really different. It's kind of the same thing. What you're going to get is, shucks, I can't draw properly. It's something that looks like this. Generally, again, please don't think that you have to draw it exactly how the textbook has it. No, 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 no. As long as it's like when you have little children and little children doing art, and they bring you something that look like a box, and the stick, I got 4 little pieces of stick coming off it, and they tell you it's a cow. If you look at it hard enough, you could figure it's a cow. Basically, the same thing applies here. Your drawing does not necessarily, excuse me, have to look like a work of art. All right, it does not. But as long as someone can look at it and be like, yeah, um, yeah, it looked like though. It looked like though. You're good. You are good. No, where was I? What was I saying? I forget what we're flat circular coil. Hold on. Let me check the syllabus again. Sorry. I need to see something. Yes. I need to see something. Please don't tell me you open from the beginning. Oh, thank God. Flat coils. Alright. No, making sure I use the exact words the syllabus uses. Now, even if this thing is just a single, I don't know if this could be a coil because the look, well, anyways, I shouldn't draw it like that. Let's just say you have, yeah, I could. Dun, 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 dun. If it's just like a ring, the magnetic field is still going to be the same. You're going to have these ever increasing, these rings of ever increasing size passing through the coil. It's the same thing. Now in my brain, when I hear flat circular coil, this is what I think of, right? This. I think mosquito coil. Pardon me for being very Guyanese. But if this is what they want as well, it's the same field. Right now, please note, with magnetic fields, you can actually have, and you do, you have these, these could be smaller on the inside here. It looks like a bug, and they can be bigger on the outside as well. So it's basically the same thing. Alright, oh crap, I'm over my 20-minute limit for the video. Anyways, thank you once again for the support. Share, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.